Alrighty then. Let's kick it off here with episode 12. Alright, the lucky dozen. Maybe something nice will happen. Why the fuck would anything nice ever happen? But hey, we got through a major boss last time. So, yeah, maybe things are looking up. Yeah, we're gonna go meet ourselves a dragon, and maybe he won't try to kill us. I don't know. Only one way to find out. Alright, we are at the summit of Mount Volvosa. Yeah, time to liberate some more territory. Yeah, we're spreading democracy. That means that what we do is justified. Yeah, this looks like a dead end. That old fart screwed us. If this is a big waste of time, then why are so many enemy troops sniffing around here? I don't know. Maybe the old grandpa buried his life savings up here. Who knows? We have everything we need. I don't feel like treasure hunting anyway. Do you? Hey, I see a hidden door. Someone is trapped up here, calling out to me. Where, Connolly? How do we open this door? Do we speak friend and enter? Hold on. He's calling again. Who's in there? Please answer me. I can't understand you. Say it one more time. Yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah, the totally normal, average civilian is having a psychic conversation with a dragon or something. Yeah. Whoa. The mountain just popped open. What a weird experience. Come with me. Someone is definitely waiting on the other side. Come on, Ein, let's go. This is spooky. Well, it is spooky season, Ein. So, that tracks. Are you sure we want to do this? If the white dragon is inside, this is why we came. And it was your idea, after all. Also, remember, according to D&D rules, if this is in fact a white dragon, that means it is chaotic evil. And the color coding system built into all dragons says that we are allowed to kill it and take its stuff. And that it would be a morally good act to do so. Yeah. Greatest play or greatest blunder by not... Yeah, we'll find out, I guess. Amen, brother. Let's do it. Hulkamania's gonna be running wild, brother. I see him. He's high above me, sitting on top of a pinnacle. Who? The dragon? No, Ein. It's King Kong clinging to the antenna on top of the Empire State Building. He's coming down here. Watch out, Connolly. He might get you. Tee, not this big fellow. He and I can talk to each other, but none of you can hear him. Ellipsis. The Executor? Oh, you mean the legendary Doomsday Sword? Am I correct? What? He's telling me that the sword must never be used by evil. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer. Like, yeah, don't let the world-ending super weapon fall into the wrong hands. Like, I could have figured that out. I didn't need an all-powerful, fire-breathing lizard to tell me that. Ask him if this is the same sword that Tusk stole from the Skull Shrine. Yeah, and the one the old guy in Scentpole told us about, too. Yes, it is. But that sword can destroy much more than a pagan goddess shrine. Yet don't worry, though. He's giving us the power. Like the power of Grayskull, or... We will have the ability to control the sword's energy, but only to a certain extent. He said to be very, very careful if we do try to use the sword. Connolly, tell him we don't even have the sword. Oh, he knows that. He expects you to find the sword and take it away from the evildoers. Yeah. So, are they gonna let me feel the power that would rip me to shreds? Thank the dragon for the power he just gave us and tell him we'll try. Now, let's hurry back to Scentpole, find Kome, and work out a plan. We must find some way to keep Cobalt from wielding that sword. Also, he seemed awfully small for an ancient dragon. Also, hey, it just clicked over to January 1st. So that's a thing. Korea Unit 3. Howdy, old man. What's cooking? I asked you to wait in the town of Scentpole. The villagers saw you but said you disappeared. That's crazy. We may have left town, but at no time did we actually become invisible. Hey, clown, you had me worried. Aw, you shouldn't have. I found a sweet young thing to tuck me in at night. I'll bet you did, goofball. Sorry, but something did come up rather unexpectedly. I was hoping for a logical explanation. Well, you can tell me all about it later. Right now, I need to bring you all up to speed on your latest mission. Yeah, ready when you are, unless it's something scary. Huh? Never mind. Anyway, we're putting plans into place for the Battle of Luxadol. We'll be holding a strategy meeting in a town east of here called Elmoran. Supposedly, Master Andera and the Pope will attend. It's about time. By the way, Flair's castle is just east of here, too, along your route to Elmoran. Good. We'll gather her head for a souvenir and bring it to the meeting. Don't get cocky. Flair's one of the 4 Commodores. She didn't earn that distinction by being a pushover. I mean, the last Commodore wasn't that bad. I mean, we kicked his ass pretty handily. How much worse could Flair be? Besides, I think Flair is just a stinky elf. So, yeah, she's a drow. So, yeah, she'll, should be a pushover. Mages just are not scary. Mostly. Why didn't we ask the dragon to attack the castles? I guess dragons count as weapons of mass destruction, so that would be unethical. Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Even so, we must not linger at Flair's castle. When you hear about our mountain encounter, you'll better understand our own sense of urgency. I may not have the pertinent details yet, but I believe the leadership is way ahead of you. The leadership was expecting I was going to go meet a dragon and learn all about, like, apocalyptic super weapons or something? As if so, the leadership is, like, really playing some 18-dimensional chess here. Whereas the chess I'm playing is, at most, like, you know, 10 or maybe 12-dimensional. Alright, let's also just drop a save state real quick. Alright, we'll go fight some zombos. The Hades Plains. Sounds, yeah, kind of spooky, actually. Not these creepy monsters again. Hey, I warned you. Flare can reanimate them at her leisure. They keep coming back. So what should we do? Look for whatever is manipulating the monsters and eliminate it for them. Okay. Yeah, Flare. I mean, she's pretty much a clone of Michaela from Shining Force 1. So, yeah, being a Dark Elf wizard, presumably she's very pro-necromancy. So, speaking of which, yeah, there are 2 necromancers up here. I guess we should be targeting them, or maybe, looking for these pillars or something. Veil Copal. Okay. These things we can just ignore completely. They have a lot of hit points and defense, but they have no attack power. Totally skippable. The skeletons are the opposite. We can one-shot them easily, but they do have a lot of attack power. The Grand Owls. Okay, these we should probably deal with. And then the Necromancers back here, we probably... I mean, presumably those 2 are the actual targets. Also, wasn't the girl from Streets of Rage also named Flare? I played the crap out of Streets of Rage 3 back in the glory days of the Sega Channel, which was a strictly better service than Xbox Game Pass, by the way. Won the whole XP, yeah, because zombos are just not really worth anything. Ooga. 11 damage, no big deal. Yeah, the zombies just don't matter. It's gonna do like 1 damage. Crit for 2 damage. Oh noes. Yeah, we can just leave those alone and not worry about them. They have no ability to threaten us. Oh, interestingly, so the heat axe doesn't really have anything special going on, but the warhammer actually has a ranged attack. Nice. Yeah, it's just a better weapon. Unless the heat axe has some other, unless we can use it as an item or something. But if that were the case, it would be the first time we've seen an item like that in the whole game. $87 XP based. Nice level up for Ein there. And the Pylum actually, yeah, has 3 spaces of range. Too bad only Shane can use it. Oh. Damn it, Bobby. Very nice. Not a big level up, but, you know, whatever. Ooh. This might hurt. That's okay. That's what Remake 3 is for. Yeah, 8 whole damage. 20 damage on Royce. Okay, that's a little bit more concerning. 23 on Shane. Okay, that is very concerning. 26 on Dan doesn't matter. 35 XP for Eris. Alright, Alright. Almost killed the other one. $26 damage that time. Alright, again, a little bit spoopy there. But we can work with this. They're actually going for Shane. That's a little surprising. Oh, because I think, oh, wait, Brian's at full health, so yeah, the priority list is kind of upside down. But these guys have just no attack power, so... yeah, even Shane only takes 1 damage. Despite being as fragile as he is. Now, does killing this second Necromancer win the fight? Yes, it does. Okay, that's what I figured. Mission accomplished. 40 XP, very nice. Nice. Alright, some pretty solid levels all around. What is General Cobalt thinking? Of all this big fuss over a mere sword, and putting his faith in some low-ranking turncoat kid named Tusk, just so he can summon these 4 sages, whoever the hell they are, when my potent magic has proven itself many times over, even before that Tusk brat was born. Commodore Flare, I have brought you an urgent communication from Lord Luke. Well, speak up, man. Deliver the message. A rebel guerrilla unit has invaded your territory. Commodore Luke wants you to annihilate that unit and shut your mouth. That condescending Luke, as if I couldn't perceive the obvious. Here's a message for your dear meddling Commodore. Tell him this. Samu la Errol Day. Sorry, Mama, but I don't understand your language of magic. Fool. Sonny boy, that was one of my special curses just for you. Eek! I'm out of here. In memory of Rasetsu, perhaps I should play with the Guerrilla unit for a while. Alright, well, we got more zombos to cut through. I guess we must kill all of them. Alright, simple enough. I mean, it's just a couple of necros and some junk, so... This pedestal here looks kind of sus, as the kids say. Oh, hi, Katie. Getting comfy there? Oh noes. 1 damage. What are we gonna do? Stupid skeletons. Two whole damage. GG. Now, the skeleton here will actually probably do some meaningful damage. Or not. There we go. Easy peasy. The mages should step up and nuke me on their next action. I assume that's what's going to happen. Hey, what do you know? Alright, Mr. Necromancer, time for you to get kicked in the face. And yeah, we do actually have to kill everything on the map. But that's what Turn Undead is for. Two XP. Oh boy. Eris is eating good. Womp. Aw. 2 HP left. Really, game? Alright, now this will finish it off. Now this had kind of the vibe of a random battle. We might take a mandatory ethics hit for this one. Or we might have enough of a... I don't know if there's any kind of a buffer on the top emblem. Battle is over, yeah. Mandatory annihilation, so... Okay, but yeah, we had enough of a buffer that didn't count against us, ultimately. So... Let me just run to the bathroom here, and I will be right back. And we're back. Alrighty. Let's drop a save here real quick. Just so we don't have to repeat that previous battle in case we screw things up. Alright, and... Whoop. Oops. I think the emulator just crashed, actually. Pause. Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, it crashed while, like, right after we saved the game, so it's fine. But it's still weird. Hopefully, it didn't corrupt the data or anything. Because that would be bad. Okay, good. Yeah, we're right back. All right, cool. Yeah, weird, but you know, yeah. All right, weird, but at least the game had the common decency to crash 5 seconds after I saved. So, all right, man. I guess we just walk into the castle. We don't need to do the random battles off on the sides. Hades Chateau. Welcome to my castle, Guerrilla Unit 3. We meet again. Oh, Flare! Come out wherever you are. Don't be in such a hurry to die. Let's have some fun first. I don't know, like Dark Elf versions of fun, or I don't know. Allow me to offer you a full measure of my hospitality. We don't have time for your usual crap. Just show yourself, bitch. Calm down, Ein. She's too cowardly to face us. Just like Rosetsu, we must eliminate all of these guards and enter her castle. Alright, well, it's easy. Alright. Whoa, that is a decent chunk of enemies right there. Stan Belt. 54, 44, and... Yikes, okay. Alcapals, the powered-up Dullahans, which are no big deal. Other junk. But these mages... Alright, these 3 Stan Belts. These... Alright, those guys we have to not disrespect completely. The skeletons are just distractions. If we can aggro one of those mages, though, that would sure be nice. And the wyverns will aggro, no problem. They are very aggressive. The zombies are completely irrelevant. They are just dumb meat shields. Are the knights castling? Alright, and the mages are not too keen on charging forwards. Yeah, it's all good though. Too slow. Nice try, idiot. There we go. Alright. There's the first mage coming in. 11 damage. 8 damage. Nice try, idiot. Nice. And level up for Royce. Alrighty, we take those. How's his HP looking? He's at 48. He's fine. I'm waiting for this other mage to take his turn, though, is the thing. Oh no, 1 damage. Or 0 damage. Toria! Okay, the Dullahan actually did enough damage to kind of matter. Oh, he's just attacking? Instead of casting an AoE? Alright. Whatever floats your boat there, guy. Let's see here. I think he's gonna fall just short of a one-shot here. Yep. Poor Dan. Yeah, I know. Always stuck in the back, just a little bit too slow to really participate. One more Dullahan bringing up the rear. Is anybody actually hurt badly? Chris probably will be very soon. Oh, this is gonna do a whole lot of nothing to a mage. Yep, wasn't affected. I think she's actually just immune to magic. She dodges it, like, every time. 23 on Dan. Yeah, he's got enough hit points to just soak it and not care. Alrighty, alright, that guy took his turn, so he's never going to get to take another action again. Um, Royce, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do the safe thing here and move Chris back to just delete this guy. And also get Chris out of the immediate line of fire. You know, slow and steady wins the race. That's how it goes, right? Alright, 11 damage there on Brian. He's fine. Brian could... No, actually, wait, I've got a better idea. Yeah. 55 damage. Alright, very good. And level up for Ein. Alright, now... Yeah, we'll just delete this guy before he ever gets to take a turn. Bonk. 70 XP from Moranius. Yeah, we take those. Yeah, Dan's gonna get to do something this round. Since the enemies are actually positioned for this. Goodly chunk of damage right there. Dullahan, oh, nope. Would have thought the Dullahan would go and hit Ein, but the dumb zombies want to waste time first. Ooh, 3 damage. He must have rolled maximum. Alright, this I think does 61 to the Dullahan. Yeah. They're really doing everything they can to just dogpile onto Brian. So everybody can take their turn doing 1 damage. As far as, yeah, specials and weapon damage, I'm not sure. I mean, it might just go off of... because a character's commands are kind of like default to the last weapon they were using. It might just depend on, yeah, whatever weapon they've selected with on the attack line. Haven't had a brick. Well, when you get to you know, no brick drop in a couple of years, then you'll be on my level of of unluck shittery. Yeah, I saw that earlier. You know, I'd like to get a drop just like once ever. Maybe that Anubis brick back in the day burned all my brick luck forever. I don't want to buy an Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal is not Excalibur. And actually, depending on where we're at on the calendar, when we're done with this game, actually some Akasha grinding may actually be the next thing on the to-do list. Well, if you insist, come on inside my castle. I do insist, as a matter of fact. Mission accomplished. Okay, that did not count as a massacre, even though it was. And yeah, I really do wish that character class changes were, or promotions were a thing in this game. Alright, we are allowed to go back outside if we want, but we're not going to do that. Because that causes the calendar to advance by a day, and we don't want to do that. I don't see any enemies. Man, I'm getting sick and tired of these abnormal foes. Point me at something I can hit. Which is exactly why you should hang back with us, remain alert, and be Huh? Ha ha ha! That's right, Kome. You should all be prepared to walk into your graveyard. If I hear that stupid graveyard line one more time, I'm gonna... You're gonna what? Hey, what is this place? It's just an illusionine. Don't be deceived by anything Flare conjures up. Sorry, Wolfie Freak, but it really is a graveyard. One I built especially for you. I got your Wolfie Freak right here, hanging between my hind legs. Excuse me, but I must be missing something. Anyone got a spare microscope handy? Microscope? Why, you... I'll shove it right up here. Shut up and listen to me. This world will indeed be your eternity. You will fight with my illusions forever. How's that for something to hit, hothead? Commander Kome, how do we deal with this? Oh, so now that you're stuck, it's Commander Kome. Well, don't ask me. I don't know anything about Flare's illusions. We can't just stand around waiting to see what happens. Fight her. So the strategy is, get her? Flare clone. I mean, they're, 60-40. This one has more HP than the others. Oh, okay, I see. Both of those have more HP than the others. Alright, they're both... Alright. Interestingly, she appears to be weak to water magic, which I guess with a name like Flare kind of makes sense. No, You know, we're gonna send Moranius up because he has very high magic defense. Lord of Annihilation. Sages of Demon World. Ryo Wadmi... Ooh. Time of Destruction has come. Flare! 13 damage on Moranius. Whatever, he can take that. Something, yeah, whatever the incantation for Dragon Slave is. I think Ein has high fire res. Yeah. So, alright, Ein can step up and he can eat a flare and it's fine. Or they can just keep targeting Moranius. That's fine too. Also, this bitch got some big ol' titties. I mean, up on the mommy step on me power ranking, she is pretty far up there. I'm a decoy. Good job. Speaking of big titty elves, Arya. Also, gotta love that that loincloth that Flair's wearing. Really accentuates those thick thighs and that fat ass. Super critical. Yeah. Uh. Great minds think alike. Just a regular crit that time. Send Moranius up once again to pull some aggro. Oh, I mean, these flare clones have different casting dialogue. Interesting. Or maybe because she's casting a different tier of the flare spell. Either way, this should demolish this idiot. No, I mean, ooh, these ones actually have some defense. All right. Oh, these actually have 50 defense. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, it's I guess when they're just infinitely expendable bunshin, you know, strategy doesn't matter too much. Also, on the big titty dark elf power ranking, I'm gonna rank Flare up there with Olga Discordia. Stop! Also, yo. Mission end. Battle is over. You annihilated the enemy. We needed to, right? No, we didn't get no. What the hell is this? How could you amateurs possibly break my spell? Call it our secret weapon, Miss Flare. I wish it hadn't come to this, but we must stop you. But if you'd like to reconsider... Payback's a bitch, huh, witch freak? Now's the time to fight to the finish. Kill Flare. Alright, what do we got here? Blood Dolahans. Some outdated mages. Flare herself is up here. Alright, we can take her down in 2 hits. No big deal. Alright, should be relatively easy, but Give me 1 sec here, I will be right back again. Alrighty, let's, oh, yeah. Alright, let's see. How do we want to approach this? All we really have to do is charge the boss. So we don't have to kill everything. We can easily leave, 52. We can easily leave the racers alive. Oh, we have another tier of Dullahan, Al Gore. Okay. Al Gore. Could have Shirred Bastet. Oh. Oh, yeah. Bastet should be on the Anatics list, right? Because that does include seasonal summons, right? The Althea mages are no big deal. The Algors, which are very super serial about the threat of Man Bear Pig. But Anatics will be too late for Wind Guild Wars. Yup. Though, I mean, Bastet is not getting power crept anytime soon, probably. I mean, I say that, and yet. Yeah, this thing has 52 attack. It's actually... Yark. Snarf, snarf. Bonk. Alrighty. That one's out of the way. Okay. Flare is actually on the move and is going to be charging in, it looks like. All right, we can deal with that. All right. Man, Bear, Pig, Enjoyer, Al Gore is moving in also. All right, we'll send Brian up here. You want to basically clear a path up the stairs so we don't get bottlenecked. Oh, these things, yeah, that's right. These things have spears. 13 damage, okay. Yeah, 3 of those in a row, plus the wyvern might actually hurt a bit. But fortunately, it's only going to be 2 plus a wyvern. Bonk. Yeah, 13 damage, don't care. Bonk. 61. Wish you could do just a little bit more damage, Royce. Just. But no such luck. Too slow. Dumb sky rat, get out of here. Aw, really? Alright, show me that super crit. Or don't. It's fine either way. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. It is not by my hand that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. And yeah, we're killing a lot of enemies here, but that's okay. We won't kill all the enemies, just most of them. I think looks like Flare is probably going to charge down past the mages, and we should be pretty much golden. Yeah, she moves down here, and now. Oh, she's just a little bit too far away, huh? Ooh, 19 damage. Nice try. 14 hull damage. Meh. Crit for 24. Yeah, she does not get to take another action. I don't think Chris kills here. I think he's going to do like 11 or 12 damage. Nope, he does 25. Alright. Sorry, Chris, I underestimated you. Just remember, you are not heroes. I don't know, my current emblem says otherwise. Let's scram out of here before Flair's chateau collapses right on top of our heads. Damn, she was a total bitch all the way to the end. But she was a hot bitch, so it's okay. I don't believe you were her favorite person either, Ein. Brian, you're the best friend I'll ever have. But whose side are you on? Damn it, Ein. I'm on our side, but I was sort of hoping that Flair would offer to abandon the Empire, and well, she was kind of cute at that, even for an old broad. What a waste. Hey, it's not like, I mean, it better not be because if I... Listen, all of you, the Commodores have become too corrupted by power. They will never cross over. Oh, Father. If all of you don't shut up and get a move on, this castle will become our graveyard for real. Hey, leave it to me. Wow, Connolly, again? Mission accomplished. Connolly seems to be showing her true colors a little bit. 60 XP across the board here. Yeah, even the characters are realizing there's more to her than meets the eye. I shall tell you, one of the most irritating things in any story is when enough information has been provided to the reader or player to figure out the plot twist, but the characters, or the protagonists especially, have been given the same information, and they can't put two and two together. Bravely Default was really, really guilty of this. There's multiple hours of repetitive gameplay between when the player figures out the plot twist versus when the party figures out the plot twist. And it just makes them feel really, really stupid. We defeated Flare, removing her from the pantheon of clueless Cobalt sycophants, erasing Flare's considerable magical talents from yet another neglected Cobalt arsenal. Did not stir our adversary into any noticeable initiatives against the liberation movement, causing us to ponder what he might be thinking or planning at this juncture. And even more ominously, how far he was prepared to go in order to reverse the tide. Area 11, Collision with Destiny. I'm hoping that the Destiny we're colliding with is a stripper. Month of January in year 4 of the new century. The Balformian Senate recognized the legitimacy of the Arcadian Liberation Army, but the Republic of Arcadia was granted autonomy, not the total independence the people craved. Thus, Cobalt, self-proclaimed Emperor of Scudelia, was ejected from the Senate. Balformia washed its hand of the Cobalt problem, leaving it to the disposition of Arcadia. In essence, the monster Balformia created was passed down to the victors, leaving everyone with the eerie feeling that we were right back where we started. With Cobalt declared an outlaw, and the specter of a Balformian invasion obviated, the revolution was deemed a smashing success. The Arcadian army undertook the task of disarming remnants of the Balformian military, while ecstatic officials implemented a new democratic constitutional government. Democracy! Ho! Amid the celebrations, we in Guerrilla Unit 3 knew that our work was far from finished. Cobalt remained at large and posed an even greater danger than before. Until the Executor was wrested from his control, Mildred Scars would remain in grave peril. Tusk, how are your efforts with the legendary sword proceeding? I am continuing to experiment with various techniques, General Cobalt. Unfortunately, I have not been able to muster all of the power that the sword possesses. So Tusk kind of looks like Kane from Shining Force 1. This is because I have been unable to gain full control. Well, I am pleased that you are making progress, but don't worry too much about controlling it. What matters is your ability to project its energy full force, and that day may be coming much sooner than you think. But General, such a test would be extremely dangerous if I haven't fully mastered the weapon yet. For you? This would not only harm your own troops, you could even destroy nearby towns and villages. I'm gonna venture a guess here and say that he does not care. And by, I mean, he being Cobalt. I don't think Cobalt's going to care about collateral damage. I don't see any problem with that. The main objective is to conduct a valid test. But, Tusk, listen to me carefully. As you know, the rebels are at our doorstep, plotting to march on Luxidol any moment. Not only that, Andera and the Pope even hoodwinked the Senate into betraying me. But I'm not worried. And you know why? I'll tell you why. It's because we have the ultimate weapon in our grasp. This sword is your ultimate weapon? I mean, it's a nuclear bomb and then some. I mean, how much more ultimate do you want? Not just the sword alone. You, Tusk, are a big part of my overall plan. Tusk, you know about my dream to build a stable Scudelia. The Rebels' way promises only chaos. That's all I want. Scudelia. I have no designs on the mainland or anywhere else. Your role as a human is a very important part of my plan. Try to remember that, if you will. Yes, sir. Think about it, Tusk. What's a few sacrifices among troops, citizens, villages, or anything else? It's all for the greater good, because the rebels' plot will bring much greater devastation. So you see, testing the weapon will save many more lives in the long run. I'm counting on you, Tusk, to get the job done, so don't disappoint me. Using stable code. Stable is code for lifeless? That is distinctly possible. Yes, sir. I understand. Since Balformia conquered us, people seem to have lost faith. Did the Empire kill God? Its leaders have been trying because God poses a threat to their ambitions of total rule. Ooh, a shop. Hot diggity. Thanks to the hell you rebels have been raising all over the Scudelian Peninsula. Weapons business has been booming, with lots of customers from both sides. I can't stop smiling. I'll bet I can wipe that stupid grin off your ugly face in less than 2 seconds. Whoa, man, don't blame me. I didn't start this war. How may I be of service? Alright, what do we got here? Knuckles, guns, Warhammer, linear barrel. Shade Flare. 30 power over the Thor blade. Alright. Who uses whips? Oh, hey, she can use the Shade Flare also. Based. Repair. Oh! Blade... Oh, is that like a shield? Shield or maybe, wait, blade resist might maybe use a lance or something. Yeah, we're actually almost broke. Oh, yeah, I guess it's like a shield or something. We have actual armor available. Yeah, we are almost broke though, so we'll, Not knowing what Halloween, Christmas bring. Currently missing ones, Whamna, Elnot, Lucio top of the list. That makes sense. Um, yeah, I think yeah, Dark Ox definitely at the top of my list currently. I don't think there's too much else like seasonally that I'm super concerned with. Though I do kind of I should I should probably well should probably order the Orologia CD to get that outfit. That's a really good. That's like just strictly better than vanilla in every way, especially for female Orologia. And yeah, we should. I mean, at least new Christmas units will, will come alongside a bunch of free rolls. So if there's one worth getting, they might just fall into your lap. Ah, you're going back for a Grand Blue Fest in December. Ah, very good. In December, I get to do two very mediocre conventions. Anime Weekend Atlanta, which really went down the shitter last year, and Anime Frontier, which is just mediocre in general. Oh, Brian and I, come on in. I have good news. The Balformian Senate has officially recognized the Arcadian Liberation Army. I mean, yeah, AWA actually was getting good, believe it or not. I mean, it was kind of stagnant for a while. Then it actually got good, and in doing so, outgrew its old venue. So it finally figured itself out. Then it had to change venues, and the new venue was not available on the old date. So they had to move to December, or like the week before Christmas, which sucks. And the and yeah, it moved to a huge ass convention center in downtown Atlanta instead of being out in Marietta. And Marietta is the nice suburb. Uh, so yeah, the new location sucks. I mean, everything about the new location sucks. The timing sucks, and everything about that show is bad now, which is unfortunate because yeah, they had just figured themselves out. And I kind of want to give Anime Frontier a bit of a break. It was gonna its first year was gonna be in June when lockdown happened. So it got a little boned. And they ended up pushing it late into the year. And had it gone off in June when it was originally supposed to, I think it would have been pretty good. Because it would have basically put the last nail in the coffin of Akon. And maybe been able to replace it. And that, Akon still died a sad death. But Frontier was never able to really get off the ground in a big way. Also, the mainland has granted full autonomy to the Scudelian Peninsula. Are you saying that the Republic of Arcadia does not really exist after all? It does by our own official decree, just not in the eyes of the Balformian Empire. I think Akon is officially dead. I think it is officially out of business. Or, if not officially, then, you know, unofficially, officially, it's out of business. You know, unless somebody swoops in to buy it out and keep it alive. Again. But I don't see that happening. We may be arguing that point later, but for now, the Empire's troops are leaving our soil. Then that means the war is over? Exactly. Finally, Arcadia's dreams have become reality. Hold on a second, old man. Why aren't we holding this conference in Luxadol? Because I haven't told you about one of the main provisions in the peace treaty yet. Cobalt and those soldiers who remain loyal to him, especially his Arcadian collaborators, will not be returning to the mainland. Therefore, Cobalt is now beyond the Empire's reach, and the Balformian military will not be taking action to expel him from the Arcadian Republic. With Cobalt remaining at large in Luxadol, how can you claim the war is over? Good point, Ein. Why is the mainland's Senate failing to chastise Cobalt severely? He has committed countless atrocities against the Arcadian people. Let me answer that, Commander. Quite simply, it is because the Empire fears a legendary sword called the Executor. Since Cobalt obtained that sword, both Balformia and Arcadia have gathered the same intelligence. Cobalt fully intends to unleash the sword's horrifying power. Balformia has granted our freedom on the condition that we eliminate Cobalt. If the Empire were to attack Cobalt and fail, the Senate fears the worst retribution. Balformia believes Cobalt would turn the Executor on them and create a new Phantom Zone. If anyone goes after Cobalt, he may try to turn the whole world into one giant Phantom Zone. Has anyone considered that? Which is precisely why he must be stopped. Yes, and it's also the reason we are assigning Guerrilla Unit 3 its final mission. Right now, the Empire could overwhelm Arcadia with sheer numbers alone. But a show of force of that magnitude against Cobalt would only induce him to use the sword. In time, Arcadia may become strong enough to stand up against the Empire, but right now, the Empire needs us to eliminate what both sides consider a common enemy. The Balformian Senate is aware of your many successes and has no similar unit. Even if they did, would we want the Empire sending such troops into the Arcadian Republic? Everyone agrees that a small guerrilla band stands a chance of thwarting Cobalt's ambitions. He may not feel desperate if only a single Liberation Army unit approaches Luxadol, one he believes either he or his buffer troops can defeat quite easily. Ellipsis. Who else can we send? Look, you are our only hope if we're to destroy Cobalt and recover the Executor. If we gain possession of the sword, wouldn't the Empire worry about us just as much? Who would wield such a sword besides you, Brian? The Empire knows you deserted its ranks because you opposed wanton killing and genocide. Therefore, Balformia figures it can reason with us, but never with Cobalt. This is insane. One minute you say the war is over, that the Empire is in the process of walking away. Now you're telling us to dash into a madman's lair, someone even the Empire fears? At this point in time, all I can repeat is that you are Mildred Garza's only hope. Ellipsis. I realize politics don't interest you, but the Executor is something I know you understand. The future of the Arcadian Republic, if not the whole world, now rests in your hands. You are truly our last hope for peace in the world. Please try to understand. Who else can we send? I wish you could read the bookshelves like you can in Shining Force. That was always one of my favorite things in the original Shining Force. Just reading all the bookshelves in the world. The Northeast Glory Road passes through the Magenta Wall and leads directly to Luxadol. So you're saying that the Road of Glory leads to a hole. A sort of hole of glory, as it were. So I want to sell off some weapons, actually. Sell off my extraneous nonsense. Republic of Arcadia or Empire? Humph. I vote for whichever can bring us peace sooner. Are you originally from Spit? Huh? Why no. Never even heard of it. Not every person in Spit was like this, Ein. Remember the mayor and Duncan's pals? Yeah, you're right. Gosh, that seems like a long time ago. Well, Granny, think about this when the kiddies drop over for hot cocoa and gingerbread. People who stand for nothing will fall for anything. Oh, it's just that's that house again? The Empire is still an evil superpower. The spirit of revolution seems to be sweeping the land. I can't believe we're free. Are you here to listen to Master Andera's speech? Very few Arcadians have seen the other side of the Not Maginot line. Only authorized personnel are allowed to pass to and from that area freely. What the Empire calls its demilitarized zone, as well as the capital complex beyond. The southern tip of Scudelia and its surrounding environs are still under Cobalt's control. This area is impenetrable, which means the Republic of Arcadia has reached its limits. I'm afraid we'll be forced to settle for a non-unified Scudelian peninsula. I mean, says you. Dragon Hill. Alright, and these guys want a tango. I guess when you boil it all down, we're just warriors. Yep, that's who I am, I guess. Ever since I left my village. Just keep fighting, Ein. Yeah. Yeah, what in the hell are we waiting for? Kill the Pegasus soldiers and storm the Grand Cobalt Gate. Hmm. Pegasus. Or troopers. Ooh, they have a lot more MP than their older incarnations. But the two Pegasi, yeah, they're just enemies we've seen before, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. Poor Dan is stuck all the way out over here on the periphery. Poor guy can't catch a break. And the Pegasi should be very aggressive. Enemy flyers usually are. Just like that. Nine damage, no big deal. Alright, and Brian being below max health should help him pull aggro from basically everything. Alright, show me the super crit. $35 damage, not bad. Ooh, this might actually hurt. Oh, Shane might actually just die to this. I think that is actually very likely. Yup. Alright. Game. start? No? Okay. Just reload the game. There it goes. Wait. Did it not? Okay. For some reason, I thought we were in Area 12. I got concerned there when I saw that it was only showing Area 11 on the save file. Alright, let's be a little more careful this time. Especially with our flimsy units. Yeah, those Mark Troopers can just delete squishy people. But hey, this Pegasus decided to just really, just kind of throw. Yeah, we'll just fast forward through some of these early turns. Nice. 86 XP for that. Very nice. And we'll let Dan hopefully get another level up off this guy. You know, the, different party members attacking different enemies with their specials, all doing exactly 61 damage, is very conspicuous. Yeah, 39 damage. Yeah, I wonder if 61 is actually some kind of like damage soft cap or something. Okay. Hmm. How much lightning resist does the Brut Pegasus have? 2. Okay. Go. Yeah, this should do, yeah, much less than 39. Totally sustainable. Alrighty. Now we can just massacre the Pegasus with Ein's next action, and that'll finish off the battle. Wonder if that blade resist actually does anything? Alright, mission accomplished. 1,600 bucks. And 60 XP across the board, very nice. Man, I tell you, the first day of a fast is always the worst. Ugh. I gotta decide here. Do we keep going? It is 10 o'clock. I do actually need to get up really early tomorrow morning. Let's go ahead and save it there, and we'll call it a night here. And we're, I think, rapidly approaching the end of the game here. It sure seems like we've got maybe like one more chapter after this. 12 chapters seems like a pretty good number. So yeah, we'll probably finish up in the next like 2 play sessions. I'm willing to bet. Or maybe not. We'll find out when we get there. Since I have no idea how long the game is, but it sure seems like we're heading to the climax here pretty soon. But anyway, that is tomorrow me's problem. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name's Tim. I will see you tomorrow, or see you whenever you feel like it, for everybody out in VOD land. Good night.